Top Med Talk.
Hello and welcome to Top Med Talk Down Under. I'm Kate Leslie and I'm here with my co-host Andy Cumpstey at the Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists and Faculty of Pain Medicine annual scientific meeting in Cairns in beautiful far north Queensland in Australia. This has become an annual event for us. We were here last year in Brisbane and we recorded some great podcasts, and now we've just enjoyed a wonderful opening plenary session. Andy, did you enjoy it?
Really enjoyed it. Fantastic speakers. We started off with Andy Potter introducing the theme of this year's conference as future-proof. I had a wonderful blessing about the special lands here in Cairns from the original inhabitants, which was very moving. And then very appropriately following that, Eugenie Kayak really talked about the agency we all have as healthcare professionals and our role in kind of preserving those special rainforests and reef areas around Cairns. And then also some fantastic speakers, again following the theme of future-proof. But Nadine Attal talked about both phenotyping and better targeting of pain medicines. And then Alana Flexman gave us a really, really interesting talk again about, I guess, future-proofing our specialty and how we're dealing with an increasing number of ageing patients and really the important role of perioperative medicine playing in getting better at that.
Yeah, we can't wait to talk to all three of those women about their work in podcasts in this series.
Absolutely,
it's going to be great.
Really looking forward to it.
But now we are honoured to have the President of the Australian and New Zealand College of Anaesthetists, David Story. Welcome, David.
Thanks, Kate and Andy.
And the Dean of the Faculty of Pain Medicine, Dr. Dilip Kapur. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Kate, and thank you, Andy. So,
David, what are you looking forward to at the conference?
I think the theme is perfect, future-proofing, and we've just very briefly discussed the environmental side, and one of the talks from Professor Eugenie Kayak this morning was about advocacy and leadership and future-proofing, the world as leaders, as medical leaders in particularly the area of climate change, and that not only includes trying to prevent climate change, but now dealing with climate change. The reality being we've not done enough as a world to prevent a 1.5 degree increase, and we need to really act to try and prevent further increases. But the idea of leadership and future-proofing, anaesthesia as a specialty, I think particularly, say, in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, there's a lot of pressure where we have medical-only anaesthesia. And the talk that Alana Flexman gave today around just the sheer increasing numbers of older, sicker people coming often for more major surgery and non-elective surgery is really a good reason why we need to future-proof our profession to look after those patients. They will require the care of a specialist anaesthetist, and at times here in Australia we also have rural generalist anaesthetists, that is GPs who are anaesthetists. But the truly large cohort of patients will require the care of specialist anaesthetists. So I think there is future-proofing for the environment, future-proofing for the leadership role of doctors more generally, but here we're particularly focusing on the leadership role of anaesthetists and also pain medicine specialists. And where we're really going now is with perioperative medicine. Australia and New Zealand, along with the UK, are leaders in perioperative medicine, and part of future-proofing the care of patients is to really evolve in perioperative medicine. I think if we were looking at the one thing we want to future-proof is around trying to reduce post-operative complications. If I was asked to say what is the one thing we can collectively do, is to reduce post-operative complications, improve long-term outcomes, including quality of life for our patients.
So we're going to hear a lot more about that at the meeting. We can't wait. But as the President, there's some really big treats in store for you, and one of them is your first college ceremony this evening. Talk us through how you're anticipating that will go.
I'm reading very carefully my briefing notes.
So this is the graduation ceremony for young anaesthetists in Australia and New Zealand?
So as Vice President of ANZCA, prior to becoming President, is a training program, and to sit in the front row and look out across the early career fellows of our college, both in anaesthesia and pain medicine, you know that you are looking into the future, and this is part of future-proofing, that we have very high quality training. We'll provide excellent clinicians for the patients and the public. But that feeling of just looking out and seeing the future in front of you is fantastic at the college ceremony. We do tend to get a bit dressed up. We have our robes, but I think also the families and others love it. The other thing I'd say that's now a lot of fun is we're a much more relaxed organisation than we were when I was a new fellow. And, occasionally we hear the kids yell, "There's my mum!" And that is just fantastic. You sort of have this feeling of literally family and belonging. So I think it is a highlight for many new fellows, and it's definitely a highlight for those of us in leadership roles at the college.
There's even a parking area for prams outside the college ceremony.
Look, I mean, again, as I said, we've really come a long way. At the moment, we have political challenges, and one of the problems is that some politicians view the colleges as we were 25 years ago, which were relatively socially conservative, almost exclusively male, white male, middle-class male domains, and we've changed enormously.
Yeah. Well, thanks, David.
And Dilip, what are you looking forward to most in the coming days at the ceremonies?
Well, I think there's a couple of things I'd like to emphasise. Firstly, I'd completely back up the comments that Dave's made. This is a really special place, far north Queensland. Yesterday we had our Faculty of Pain Medicine Symposium, which was fabulous. We had some tremendous speakers, including Professor Nadine Attal, who spoke this morning at the plenary, but some amazing basic science, some amazing translational research, and some wonderful clinical vignettes about where things are going. But I think for here, future-proofing is an incredibly important concept. In terms of where we are here, a point I made yesterday, at this place we have simultaneously the oldest surviving rainforest on the planet. It's older than anywhere else on Earth. We have the Great Barrier Reef, which is the largest living structure that exists on Earth, and it can be seen from space. And in that, what we must never forget is that we have the world's oldest living society, that despite everything that's been thrown at it, our First Nation brothers and sisters are still here. And the welcome this morning, I think, was wonderful. We had a similar welcome from Gavin Singleton yesterday morning. But when we're considering future-proofing all of this, we must look at where we've come from the past. We can't make the same mistakes again. And we've got to look after all of this. Now, in terms of what I'm really looking forward to, firstly, Dave and I have both been at the Emerging Leaders Conference over the past few days, which has been fantastic. Great atmosphere. I'm not a pessimist about the younger generation at all. I'm absolutely in awe of them. I just wish I could have been that good when I was their age. So we're handing our structures and our processes and our learning across to a very, very able group of people. So part of the future-proofing is already there. But looking at things in a different way, I think, is going to be particularly interesting. What we've been learning in terms of basic sciences in pain medicine over the past few years has been pretty transformational. For example, what Nadine Attal was talking about this morning in understanding that the phenotype, in actual fact, is far more important than any specific cluster of receptors that we might want to look at any one time. And that has real-world translational implications. For example, we've begun to understand over about the past 5 to 10 years the substantial differences that there are in pain processing between men and women, and why this explains some of the differences that we see in pain experience between men and women. And frankly, it means that unfortunately we've missed out some real opportunities to help women's pain particularly, but I look forward to seeing that translational research go forward to helping patients and improving what we can offer to all of our patients.
Fantastic. And Nadine's coming to speak to us a little bit later in a bit more depth about what she's talked about. So I didn't want to interrupt you, but I wondered, just for our international listeners, could you just explain a bit more about the Emerging Leaders Conference, what that is, and what it takes place?
Yes. Yeah, this has been running for many years now, but the college and the Faculty of Pain Medicine hold a pre-ASM meeting, and there are groups of young fellows I think, if I'm correct, David, they have to be within 5 years of fellowship. That's right, yep. And if they're within 5 years of fellowship, they can nominate themselves, or they can be nominated to attend the Emerging Leaders Conference. And then those of us who are at the old end of this process, we actually choose who should come and join us. It's a collegiate approach to choosing who should come and join us, and I have to tell you, it's a very, very tough job. We have some fantastic young fellows, and I think we probably had the cream of the crop, but goodness me, they were good.
It's a fantastic opportunity, and again, I met some of those fellows at the meeting last year, and they really were very impressive, as you say. But I think full credit to ANSCA and the Faculty of Pain Medicine for putting that event on. It's something that's really, really, really to be emulated around the world. So yeah,
very much so.
Fantastic. Well, it's been wonderful to talk to you both. If you've got one last word for us and our listeners, David, what would that be?
I think the big message, it really comes from the theme of this meeting. We collectively need to think about how we future-proof our world, and as we've just talked about, emerging leaders, mid-career colleagues are the key to the future. The role of those of us who are a bit older is really to support them to really future-proof it, not only clinical care but the world.
Fantastic. And what about you, Dilip?
Very simple. Stay curious. All the most amazing things in my life have come around from something that's I've looked at and thought, that's odd.
That's fantastic. Be curious and interesting. David?
Adding on to what Dilip said, if I had to use one line for everyone, is ask the right questions.
Well, on that fantastic note, and it's good advice to me and Andy for our
Absolutely,
podcast
yes.
as well, we'd like to thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kate and Andy.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
You can find us on our app and on our website, and also on social media. We're on Facebook, X and YouTube. And if you go there, please subscribe and give us a big thumbs up, because every thumbs up helps us. Finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors, BD, GE and Solventum, without whom we could not bring Top Med Talk free and open access to the world. Looking forward to next time, Andy.
See you later, Kate.
Top Med Talk.
Thanks for downloading Top Med Talk. Don't forget to subscribe, check us out on YouTube, and of course on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook and X. Also, it's important to remember that Top Med Talk is the broadcasting arm of EPPOM, evidence-based perioperative medicine. We'd love you to find out more about that, and the way to do that is eppom.org. Check out our website and find out about some of the incredible conferences we're going to be arranging across the year. eppom.org.